This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. It is a good week to be weather aware. Our 10-day forecast has a lot of alert days on it that you need to be ready for.
And that starts with another round of winter weather and then a blast of Arctic air. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, you pretty much summed it up, Charlotte. The weather should be pretty nice again for tomorrow, just like it was today, but after that, some big changes are on the way. Well, let's start out by looking at the alert days that we have in the forecast. One for Thursday. This is for about 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation and ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch. We may see a mixture of some snow, sleet, and freezing rain in the morning, mainly snow in the afternoon and at night before that tapers down to flurries and ends on Friday morning. Then the bitterly cold air arrives for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We have alert days in the forecast. Nighttime low temperatures hovering around 10 below zero. Daytime high temperatures only in the single digits all 4 days. And wind chills early in the morning, especially Sunday and Monday mornings, could be down as cold as about 35 below zero. Otherwise, those wind chills in the morning down to around 25 below zero. And even during the day, those wind chills not getting above zero. So that is a prolonged period of very cold weather, dangerously cold for some people. On visible cloud track, we had a few clouds this morning that prevented Jimmy the groundhog from seeing his shadow, but you can see that now things have started to clear out. Doppler track right now, pretty quiet across the upper Midwest. Low temperatures this morning, generally in the upper teens to around 20. High temperatures so far today around 30 degrees. You can see we've dropped back to the middle 20s. By tomorrow morning, we'll be looking at temperatures in the single digits. So about 3 to 6 inches of snow, again, on Thursday with perhaps up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. Look for a low tomorrow morning of around 8 degrees. Tomorrow's high around 29. Again, that's not the problem part of the forecast. That starts on Thursday. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. With this upcoming snow and frigid temperatures in the forecast, you can stay up to date on the weather. Simply download our First Warn Weather app. It features live radar, hourly forecasts, along with closings and delays. You can download that free app. Just go to your phone's app store and search WISC Weather.
From COVID-19 testing to vaccinations, the Alliant Energy Center may soon play an even bigger role in fighting the pandemic.
And today, Dane County Executive Joe Prairie announced the county applied to host one of the 100 federal COVID vaccination sites. Madeline O'Neill is live at Alliant Energy Center with what we know. Maddie?
Well, people are still coming here to get tested for COVID-19, but public health is also doing vaccinations. Since the beginning of December, Public Health Madison and Dane County has vaccinated more than 9,000 people who are eligible. They've been able to give about 500 to 600 vaccines daily. That number could be up to 10 times that daily if the Alliant Energy Center is chosen as a federal vaccination site, part of President Joe Biden's initiative.
We do know that we have the perfect infrastructure there, specifically the pavilions that we built about a half dozen years ago. That was a great investment. They've come in very handy. What we do believe, if we're chosen, is that this would certainly be ramped up. There'd be a lot more personnel and a lot more folks going through there on a daily basis.
County Executive Joe Prairie says the Alliant Energy Center has a perfect location right off a major highway, and he's cautiously optimistic the federal government will like what they see here. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll have more on a potential timeline when the county will know if the Alliant Energy Center is chosen, and if so, when they would be ramping things up here.
Maddie, thank you. The Department of Health Services continues to see COVID cases drop here in the state. We saw a little more than 1,000 new cases today and 40 new deaths. More than 20,000 Wisconsinites got vaccinated. In all, almost 2% of Wisconsinites have received both of their vaccinations.
And when you add it all up, Wisconsin is making some real gains in the vaccination process. The CDC says Wisconsin is 15th from the bottom when it comes to vaccination distribution. That's up from 7th last week. And DHS says the CDC's numbers are actually a little behind.
We have been working with the CDC to increase the accuracy of their data reporting, and the discrepancies that we have collectively identified will be addressed both retroactively and going forward. We anticipate this will happen within the next week or so, and we're glad that the work here in Wisconsin will be getting better recognition.
DHS officials say the best place for accurate vaccination administration information is on the DHS website.
So more people starting to get vaccinated here in Wisconsin doesn't just mean more protection, it means more information too.
And about a week into a new phase rollout, the state is getting closer to sharing that information with you. As Amanda Quintana tells us, race and ethnicity are key figures in shutting down COVID. Amanda?
Yes, well, when you take a look at DHS's website, it's mainly broken down by age and sex right now. And that shows that about 150,000 more women have gotten the vaccine than men. But you have to remember that healthcare workers are a main chunk of those people who are getting vaccinated right now. So now DHS is working on giving us a look at the ethnicity of the people that are getting vaccinated.
Now, as we move into a much broader population, people over age 65, our demographic breakdowns by age, by gender, and by race and ethnicity will start to be a bit more representative of the population.
As vaccinators work to get through that 65 and older population, they're prioritizing people with the highest risk. It's clear communities of color fit into that category. Compared to white people, Latinos in Wisconsin have 1.7 times greater case rates. Black communities have 2.1 times greater hospitalization rates. And American Indians have 1.5 times greater death rates.
I think it's fair to say we'll never have done enough, and we are recognizing this issue and working on ways that we can increase both access to vaccine and increase information to populations who have great need.
Deputy Secretary Julie Willems-Van Dyke says DHS is making sure clinics that specifically serve those communities have the vaccine allocations they need, including getting supply to free clinics. But it's also about getting education out there that the vaccine is safe and effective, even working with Black churches, and making sure those disproportionately affected have a way to get to the shot.
The transportation resources associated with Medicaid will now be, if you're getting a COVID vaccine, it's considered an urgent situation, so you can get back transportation that day without having to plan multiple days ahead of time.
DHS didn't give us an idea of when we might see this data on their website, but Willems-Van Dyke did say soon. Now, the idea, the hope is that by vaccinating these minority groups first in the very beginning, we'll try to stop some of those severe cases that lead to death.
Amanda, thank you. The White House said it will increase the number of vaccines it's supplying to states by another 5% in the coming weeks. Starting next week, another 1 million doses will be sent to select pharmacies across the country each week. The CDC says more than 26 million people in the U.S. have received the first dose of the vaccine, and nearly 6 million have received both shots.
As of last week, more than 2.8 million children have tested positive for COVID-19 since the beginning of the pandemic. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. There was a 12% increase in child cases over the last 2 weeks. The CDC says most children with COVID-19 have mild symptoms or no symptoms at all. But some kids do get severely ill and might require hospitalization, intensive care, or even a ventilator to help them breathe. The pandemic forced Madison's mayor to put a key concept of hers on hold.
Ironically, the pandemic made what she was trying to fix worse. Gabriela Becerra explains how tonight that idea could get back on track.
Affordable housing was a top priority for the Madison mayor when she took office back in 2019, but she says the issue has since grown. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says many people in Madison are housing cost burdened, which means they're paying more than a third of their income on rent or mortgage. Her solution is this package of zoning changes, which she says will make it easier to build affordable multi-unit housing within city limits.
We have many more people who are housing insecure due to COVID. And due to the economic impacts that have come from the pandemic. So it's been a real priority for us throughout the pandemic to focus on housing.
The city and county recently committed more than $16 million federal dollars to rental assistance, but the mayor says we need a long-term solution. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, I'll dive deeper into this zoning package that Madison Common Council will hear tonight. I'm Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
The virtual Common Council meeting begins at 6:30 tonight.
We are learning more today about the virtual learning incident that happened at Patrick Marsh Middle School in Sun Prairie yesterday.
The Sun Prairie School District called an online assignment given to a group of 6th graders a grave error in judgment. Well, today we got a look at some of the other questions students were asked to answer in that assignment. Jamie Perez joins us now with what we've learned. Jamie.
Well, one of the parents of the students who was in that class actually sent me the PowerPoint where these questions were presented to the students. So we wanted to show you firsthand. So the first question that was asked students how they would punish someone who is guilty of robbery. The second question asking students how they would punish a wife who left her husband after arguing with him all day. And the third, how they would punish a slave who told his master, quote, "You are not my master." Today I spoke with the parents who is who is the only black person running for a spot on the Prairie School District Board, and he also has 2 kids in the district. He shared how this incident has further motivated him to bring about change within the school system.
There are pain points in the past that need to be addressed, but they need to be addressed with empathy. They need to be addressed with care. They need to be addressed with consideration, and they need to be addressed in a way where people understand that this is about learning from the past, right? To do things differently in the future.
And this is actually not the first time that complaints have been brought to the media's attention about this lesson plan. This program can actually be bought online for $4 on a website called Teachers Pay Teachers. It's actually been used and caused problems in several other states as well, including South Carolina and Michigan. Now, today I reached out to the district with plenty of questions that we still have and that many parents still have. They have not responded to my request for further comment. But coming up tonight at 6, I actually spoke with the woman who has some insights as to what type of racial equity training the teachers within the district are supposed to get. So we're going to hear a little bit more information on that coming up in the next hour.
Yeah, clearly need some answers. Jamie Perez live in Sun Prairie. Jamie, thank you. Now, the ease of absentee voting in November, that's rolling into an election now that tends to have very low turnout. In-person absentee voting started today. It's for the upcoming spring primary on Tuesday, February 16th. Madison's clerk told us they sent out about 20,000 ballots so far. That is a big increase for most spring primaries. In Oregon, for example, the clerk sent out more than 800 ballots. That is a 1,300% increase over 2018. Voters in Madison can drop off absentee ballots in person at the clerk's office, several city libraries, and also one of those 14 drop boxes around the city. Most of those locations are open weekdays, 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, did Jimmy the Groundhog see his shadow? We'll let you know if there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. That's ahead at 5. And coming up tonight at 6, another election we mentioned right around the corner, why local clerks say there's an unprecedented amount of interest in this primary. Now they're getting ready for it. Again, that's next hour. News 3 Now at 6. And on Wall Street, the Dow with massive gains today, up more than 475.5 points. The NASDAQ jumps 209. The S&P adds 52. And we'll be right back.
Right now is a great time for a fresh start with Feldco.
Get your home improvement project started today and take advantage of 40% off Feldco's energy-efficient windows, plus no interest until 2022. Tackle the to-do list early and enjoy the warmer weather ahead.
40% off windows ends soon. Call now. Feldco, improving lives one home at a time.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a Built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
How do I get you Bob's discount on such great quality furniture? I build personal relationships with my suppliers.
Thanks for coming to my kid's school play, Bob.
Stop lying, Pinocchio. You're a bad boy.
I've been thinking. I'll give you that deal on extendable dining sets.
I just want to be a real boy.
Get Bob's Discount! Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Tonight at 6, a look at the city of Madison's effort to increase affordable housing options and the Sun Prairie School District's racial bias training leader responds to a disturbing middle school assignment. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A high school basketball referee died after collapsing on court during a game. Tracy Krieger collapsed while officiating a game between Richland Center and Mount Horeb last night. He received immediate attention on the court and was taken to a hospital where he died. The game did not resume after he collapsed. Tracy Krieger was 69 years old.
2 FBI agents were killed while serving a search warrant in a child exploitation case. This was in South Florida this morning. SWAT team stormed an apartment building in a Fort Lauderdale suburb early today. The FBI says a man opened fire and barricaded himself inside his home. At some point during the standoff, the man was killed. The FBI identified those killed as Special Agent Daniel Alphen and Special Agent Laura Schwarzenberger. And 2 other agents were hurt and taken to a hospital for treatment. It's Groundhog Day. Sun Prairie's Jimmy predicting an early end to winter. Jimmy did not see his shadow in a virtual ceremony this year, indicating an early end to the season, at least once we get past our next snow chances and the cold blast coming. And this year's ceremony looked a little different than in years past. No big gathering in Sun Prairie due to the COVID-19 pandemic, of course. Instead, Jimmy appeared with Mayor Paul Esser in a video whispering into the mayor's ear his prediction. And a little different than that one that had the incident biting. So no ear bites like a few years ago. In Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney Phil, a different prediction. 6 more weeks of winter. The groundhog emerged at Gobbler's Knob this morning to see his shadow. Unlike previous years, only 16 members of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club were present to see Phil make that forecast because of the pandemic. Statistically, Phil has only been right 50% of the time in the last 10 years. The first Punxsutawney Groundhog Day celebration was recorded way back in 1886.
A powerful snowstorm that dumped more than 17 inches of snow in New York City and more than 2.5 feet in parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania is pushing further into New England today. Pennsylvania's governor declared a disaster emergency as residents dig out from under as much as 31 inches of snow in the eastern part of the state. The heaviest snow today is targeting parts of northern New York State into northern Maine. Winter storm warnings are in effect for Vermont, some areas through tomorrow morning. Let's get a look at your first warn weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary.
A little different around here. The weather's pretty quiet for now. As we take a look at 3 things you need to know in the forecast. One more day of seasonal weather tomorrow. High temperatures upper 20s to around 30 degrees. Partly sunny skies. Should be a pretty nice day overall, very similar to today. Then the snow arrives from late Wednesday night into Thursday, and Thursday night we could be looking at several inches of snow accumulation. There also could be a period of some light freezing rain, sleet, and even a little bit of rain as temperatures get right near the 30 degree mark or 35 degree mark before dropping back, and we'll see mainly snow Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and into early Friday morning. And then the bitterly cold air arrives this weekend and through much of next week. The first part of the week will probably be the worst. The forecast that we have for snowfall, about 3 to 6 inches of snow generally across southern Wisconsin and through much of Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, and western Wisconsin for Thursday into Thursday night and early Friday morning. Farther to the north, heavier amounts of snow are possible with 6 to 9 inches up toward Green Bay and maybe close to a foot in some areas closer to Lake Superior. That will be mainly because of lake effect snow. We're also looking at the potential for freezing rain, at least for a period of time. Up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. If that occurs before the snow falls, that's going to give you a layer of ice underneath the snow, which really will make travel very treacherous on Thursday. Winter storm watch is in effect right now for Thursday into Friday morning, just north of our viewing area into parts of northeastern Wisconsin, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of advisories and warnings need to be issued around here. We have alert days in the forecast for that. Mix of precipitation with 3 to 6 inches of snow for Thursday into Thursday night. Ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 4 more days of alert days for bitterly cold temperatures. Some of the coldest air we've seen in several winters, with nighttime low temperatures around 10 below zero. Wind chills, especially Sunday and Monday morning, close to 35 below zero. Daytime highs in the single digits, and wind chills even during the day down to as cold as 10 to 15 degrees below zero. So you don't even really get much of a break during the day. Future track wind chills beginning Friday morning. Notice we're already seeing wind chills down into the teens below zero. Take a look at what happens by Saturday morning, down to around 20 below zero. How about Sunday morning? Near 35 below zero. Monday morning, pretty much the same story, about 30 to 35 below zero. And even Tuesday morning, we're still close to 25 to 30 below zero. So I mean, we're talking about 4 or 5 days of dangerously cold weather. And then even at the end of the week, temperatures rebound a little bit, but there's really not much of an improvement. Even by Wednesday morning, we're still seeing wind chills at least down to about 20 to 25 below zero. During the day, those wind chills, again, staying below zero for much of the time. By the end of next week, we'll probably see temperatures at least into the teens. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 29 degrees with partly sunny skies. The clouds move in tomorrow night. By early on Thursday morning, we start to see a mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. That overspreads all of southern Wisconsin during the day on Thursday, changes to snow, then starts to wind down as we head into early Friday morning. Again, about 3 to 6 inches of snow and about 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation through most of southern Wisconsin. There are the alert days in the forecast. 5 of the 10 days we have alert days in the forecast. And even at the end of next week, very cold weather, just not as brutally cold. At least the weather will be relatively quiet once we get past Thursday's storm. Now, as we take a look at first warn traffic, things pretty quiet out there today on the Beltline. Not seeing any delays anywhere along the Beltline. I-39, 90, 94 in good shape. Just a few slowdowns on the Isthmus on East Washington Avenue. Travel times on the Beltline, 15 minutes either direction between University Avenue and I-39, 90. Heading out of Madison down towards Janesville, it's a 25-minute commute on I-39, 90 from the Beltline southward. US 12 to Sauk City from Middleton is a 16-minute trip, and from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, it's a 17-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the Milwaukee Bucks could start allowing fans back into Fiserv Forum. We'll tell you how many will likely be able to attend. A story just ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Ready?
No.
No. Yes, you. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum.
And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. A highly successful Badger assistant football coach could be giving a look at the Packers. Former Badger All-American and current defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard interviewing for the Packers defensive coordinator vacancy. That's according to ESPN's Rob Domofsky. Leonhard among at least 9 candidates for the job. The 38-year-old's been running the Badger defense for the past 4 seasons. And in those seasons, the Badgers have ranked 2nd overall in total defense and forced the 2nd most turnovers of any FBS team during that span.
The Bucs' days of playing inside an empty arena in Milwaukee may soon be coming to an end. The Milwaukee Business Journal says the Bucs may host between 3,000 and 5,000 fans per game at the Fiserv Forum as soon as next month. Bucs and Fiserv Forum president says the organization could look to start at 25% capacity in the arena, which normally seats more than 17,000. There will be additional health and safety protocols in place if or when fans were allowed back in the stands. Summerfest has been pushed back to September due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. This year's festival will be held on 3 consecutive weekends with concerts scheduled for September 2nd through 4th, 9th through 11th, and 16th through the 18th. Event organizers say they pushed the date back to give government and healthcare leaders time to distribute vaccines. Details are still in the works, but organizers are expected to share updates on American Family Insurance amphitheater headliner shows soon.
Stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get more help with your laundry at the laundry cleanup sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. Maine means more with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, so you'll be 100% confident with your purchase. That's why we're the More Store. It's the laundry cleanup sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
At
Add style to your bathroom with Menards. Shop our great selection of Dakota vanities. With generous interior storage and a variety of finishes, styles, and sizes to choose from, you'll find the perfect fit for your bathroom. Like this Monroe vanity. It has a shaker-style design that's both modern and rustic. Right now, it's on sale for $124.99 at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, this incredible story, you could call it a plot twist, how this small-town book club banded together to vaccinate their community and keep them safe. That and more tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Well, one more nice day for tomorrow. That'll be nice. Temperatures right now, middle 20s. Look for highs upper 20s for tomorrow. But snow is on the way for Thursday into Thursday night and early Friday morning. About 3 to 6 inches generally across southern Wisconsin. Might see up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation and freezing rain. Alert days in the forecast for that mix on Thursday. And then for bitterly cold weather for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. Tomorrow, again, a high temperature of about 29 with partly sunny skies. That mix on Thursday, snow ending on Friday. Bitterly cold this weekend and very cold even through the end of next week. Get used to it.
Trying to see if I can just cover the right side of that screen there. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is coming your way next. Stay tuned.